there are no excuses because we make time for the things that we want. We research the things that we want. 2019 was extremely rough for me emotionally and mentally. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am Nikki, your sister and accountability coach and partner in this thing we call life. I coach moms who have the desire but need a little consistency and accountability as it relates to their goals. So in this video, I'm sharing with you guys 7 tips that I use to accomplish everything on my 2018 and 2019 vision board. And of course, I'm also going to show you guys and tell you guys what I didn't accomplish and why. So I am a strong believer in writing the vision and making it plain. And what comes with that is also creating a vision board so you can visually see the things that you are desiring to accomplish within that year. So this is my vision board from 2018 and 2019. If you guys want to see and hear what my goals are for 2020, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I would definitely be sharing with you guys my 2020 goals and bringing you along the journey with me as I work towards accomplishing my goals. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my 2018 vision board. I hope you guys can see it. So as always, I put my why up there. My word for the year was purposeful, and I was gun set on maximizing each moment. I wanted to make sure that I cultivated my relationship with Christ. I wanted to make sure I stayed consistent with my running, and I love to run, you guys, so it was important to me just to make sure that I got my miles up, because after I had my son, I kind of fell off on how many miles I wanted to run or used to run, but I really wanted to get my miles up back to at least 5 miles. And so I did that. I took a lot of time, my family and I, to volunteer, as well as feed the homeless. That's something that's like really dear to us. My goal was also to read more. I wanted to launch my website, and God had placed it on my heart to have a vision board party. And so this was on my website as far as actually planning the vision board party. So also, it was just crazy how God just kind of worked everything out in this year, especially towards the end of the year. So I got the website registered, the domain name and everything at the end of the year. I created business cards at the end of the year, and and I traveled that year. I did some pretty cool things. My goal was to read 4 books that year. I read all 4 books. The only thing that I did not accomplish on this vision board was my YouTube goal, which is now a new goal that I have refocused and put back on my 2020 vision board. But the reason why I didn't accomplish my 2020 goal is because God just kind of shifted my focus in this year from what I thought was going to be me just being super consistent on my YouTube channel to me starting to lay the foundation for my business. At this time, I really had no idea what God was doing as it relates to business, but He completely shifted my focus off of YouTube. If you guys are familiar with YouTube, you know it's like a full-time job and it takes a lot of concentration and dedication, and I was also in school at this time. So that is the only reason why I changed up my focus from focusing on these 20K YouTube subscribers. But y'all, that's back on my 2020 vision board, so make sure y'all like this video as well as subscribe to my channel. So that's everything on my 2018 vision board. Always my family and my husband and my child are always on my vision board as a priority. So this was my 2019 vision board. My goal was to graduate with my master's. I got my master's in Christian counseling. feed the homeless, be radical for Christ, obedience is better than a sacrifice. It was to travel. I traveled to Bali and I traveled to Japan, and I now live in South Korea. I wanted to up my reading, the number of books that I read. So 2018 I read 4 books. In 2019 I read 6 books. A family, of course, and I told you in 2018 God had placed it in my heart to host the vision board workshop and brunch, and I did that. My savings and investing goal, I'm in the military. If you're new to my channel, I wanted to get promoted to major. I also had surgery on my finger, and so that was also one of my goals, was to get my finger back in full motion because I could not bend this finger after my surgery. And my word for the year this year was focus. And I had up here, you are your only limit. So, and of course my fitness goals, my water drinking goals, and all of that. So on this vision board, the only thing that I did not accomplish was my military influencer conference. I really wanted to attend that conference in 2019, but I couldn't attend it because I was placed on assignment to Korea and had to move here for the military. The other thing that I did not accomplish was this goal right here. This was another thing where my focus kind of shifted. So I put that one on the back burner. Don't know when I'm gonna put that goal on the front burner again, but we'll figure it out. My goal is, of course, to make $1 million plus, of course, in business. So this more so for me is definitely like it's not a, I won't say it's a long-term goal. It's a nearsighted goal, okay? It's a short-term goal, but it's definitely something that I am striving for, and so that's why it's up there. I have not yet made $1 million in business. And then of course, just to continue cultivating my relationship with Christ, reading my Bible, and all that good stuff. And of course, are you good to your husband? Marriage matters. And I have all of this laid out where I actually write down my goals. So these were my 2019 goals. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I did get selected for promotion to major. Whoop, whoop. So I'm really excited about that. So before I actually get into the 7 tips that I use to help me to reach everything on my vision board, or mostly everything on my vision board, I just want to say this. If while you were watching this video, you said to yourself like, oh, she was only able to accomplish that because, or that financial goal because she's in the military, or, oh, she was only able to do that because she's married and she has that extra assistance, or maybe you thought that, oh, you know, if I had X, Y, and Z, I would have been able to do that as well. I just want to say that is the wrong mindset to have, and that mindset will not get you anywhere as it relates to accomplishing your goals in 2020. I personally know many women who are out here achieving their goals, doing far better than what I have done as it relates to, you know, goal accomplishment. And to be perfectly honest, I believe that success and accomplishing your goals is a individual thing. It's not something that should be measured with somebody else's goals or their accomplishments, or what they want for their life. And to be honest, there are no excuses, because we make time for the things that we want. We research the things that we want. We figure out what resources are necessary to obtain the things that we want. So to say or to use the excuse that, you know, if I had X, Y, and Z, or if I was doing X, Y, and Z, then I would have been able to do that too. That's not gonna cut it. You can't downplay somebody else's success because you don't know what they went through in order to accomplish that goal. You don't know the things that went on behind the scenes, and I'll use this as an example. So 2019 was extremely rough for me emotionally and mentally. I think I experienced probably the most emotional and mental hurt and frustration and confusion that I have ever experienced in my life. One, I had to leave the country and move to Korea, leaving my family back in Texas, and live here for a year without them. And if you watch my YouTube channel before, you know that I have a 3-year-old. Like I said before, I have a husband. I missed birthdays. I missed anniversaries. Like, it was not, such a great feeling. I also, since being here, I lost my grandmother, who is very close to me, or who was very close to me. Just like a mother to me, to be, perfectly honest. And that really hurt, to not really be there with her during those last days leading up to her death. So that was one of the things that I went through in 2019, as well as my son began having seizures since I've been away. And as a mother, to not be there physically when your child is going through something as serious as that is very emotionally and mentally draining, because being in the military, I still have a mission in front of me. I still have a fight to fight in front of me while everything is going on at home. Also, while I'm still trying to accomplish all of the goals that I have set out to do as well. I mean, and just to keep on beating it down into the ground, my mother-in-law had a stroke and had to have brain surgery. And just not to be there with my husband during the time when he definitely needed me there emotionally, and him, being there with our son, taking care of our son and everything, like, that did something to me as a wife, not to be there during that time. And so there was so many things coupled together emotionally and mentally in 2019 that pretty much could have just made me quit and stop in my tracks. And I want to plug this in here real quick. Thank you to all of the people who were praying for me and just encouraging me through that time. Your prayers definitely helped me through. But I say all this to say, not for you guys to have a pity party for me, but to share with you and show you that though, I had such an amazing year last year, and I was able to do so many things. It only happened, because I kept going. It only happened because I didn't give up on myself. And so I'm saying to you that we are all human. We are not exempt from going through anything in life. So it's not a matter of whose circumstances are better to allow them to get to certain goals, but it's all about who is going to keep on going and who's going to keep on pushing and striving towards their goals. Now, my husband and I, we made some huge sacrifices financially because we knew the investments that we were trying to make in 2020, as well as the investments that we were trying to make in 2019. And so it all came with the sacrifice. It all came with the struggle. It all came with, some determination and some motivation and the need to keep on pushing. So so now that I've shared all of that with you guys, I hope it motivated you. Let's talk about these 7 steps that you can use to accomplish everything on your 2020. So still showing you guys my 2019 vision board, because I do plan on, like I said, making a video of my 2020 vision board. You want to make sure your vision board is as precise as possible. So your vision board should not be just a dream board or an inspiration board. If you're looking for a dream board or creating an inspiration board, I would highly suggest making a Pinterest feed or a Pinterest board if you're looking for some type of inspiration, but for your actual vision board, you want it to be as precise as you can make it. So for example, I have the exact amount of money that I wanted to invest and save in this year. I have the exact conference that I wanted to attend, the rank that I wanted to obtain. Like, everything should pretty much be centered around your goals to remind you of the goals that you actually wrote. So that goes into tip number 2, which is to write your goals out by category. I use my She Has Goals journal to write my my goals in categories. So basically, that's my financial goals, that is my personal goals, those are my fitness and health goals. Each goal needs to be written, because what you don't want, you're not going to be able to fill your vision board with everything and in every detail. So you actually want to have your goals written down, but you also want to be able to see a snapshot of a reminder from now and then. So tip number 1 was be precise. Tip number 2 is write your goals out clearly before making your vision board. So tip number 3 is going to be to know your why. So I write my my why statement, and I put it in the middle of each one of my vision boards that I create. So anytime I'm looking at my vision board, I can always go back and read my why. My why is telling me exactly why these goals are important to me and why I am trying to accomplish them. So tip number 4 is going to be keep your word of the year at the forefront of your mind. And by keeping it at the forefront of your mind, you also want it to be on your vision board. Make sure your word of the year speaks to you. It speaks to the goals that you want to accomplish, and it is clearly defined and visible on your vision board. Tip number 5 is going to be get a mastermind partner. Get somebody who is going to be able to, hold you to the measure of your goals. Somebody that is going in the same direction as you. Somebody who is just as driven as you, or who wants it just as bad as you. Like the Bible talks about being equally yoked, in our personal relationships. But this also pertains to our friendships as well. In our working relationships, you want to connect yourself with somebody who is just as determined, like I said, who is going in the same direction. Your goals don't have to be the same. You guys just need to be moving towards your goals. And so when you have that mastermind partner, you can bounce ideas off of this partner. You can share, some trials with this partner, some tribulations with this partner. Y'all can lift each other up. Y'all can encourage each other. And then y'all can keep on moving forward together. Tip number 6 that I use to accomplish everything on my vision board is exercising my mind. As I told you guys, I read 4 books in 2018. I read 6 books in 2019. And I know for some people, that may seem like, a very small amount of books. But like I told you guys, I was in school getting my master's degree. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a soldier, I'm a business owner. So your girl has a lot going on in life, period. Okay, so squeezing some book readings up in there is not the easiest thing to do. But I say to exercise your mind, because your mind is definitely the battlefield. Your mind is what keeps you moving and pressing forward. Exercise your mind through book reading. I exercise my mind through podcasts. I exercise my mind through webinars. I exercise my mind through prayer, through Bible study. There were so many ways that I really pushed towards exercising. I eliminated everything that was just wasteful. Everything that wasn't helping me progress. And I'm not saying that, I didn't partake in anything fun. All I'm saying is I was very careful about what I allowed to penetrate my thoughts. And so you got to think about what we put in our minds, in our bodies. It has to come out eventually. And so I wanted to make sure that I put things that were stimulating me in my mind, and I just exercise those thoughts, and I exercise those resources, and that I just allowed those things to propel me forward. So tip number 7 that I used to accomplish everything on my vision board was I learned how to focus and be aware of distractions. So in 2019, my word of the year was to focus. And I found out that took a lot more than what I realized, but it really helped me to hone in on the things that I was allowing to distract me. So one of my biggest distractors always is my phone, because what's at the front of our fingertips? You got Facebook, you got Instagram, you got text messages, you got calls, you got emails, you got everything at your fingertips in your phone. And so I really had to learn how to put my phone down and focus on some of the areas within that fell into some of the things that were on my vision board as it relates to my goals. I completely used everything that I have laid out in the She Has Goals journal. I created this journal based on everything I needed to hold me accountable to everything on my vision board. So if you have made it this far in the video and you would like a guide for creating and accomplishing your 2020 goals, and you're determined to make some changes this year, go ahead, go in my description box, click the link, grab your She Has Goals journal today, and use code YouTubeFam at checkout to receive 10% off of your journal. I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. I hope that these tips really propel you into the new year. Don't forget to put your vision board in a place where you can see it all the time and be reminded of your goals for this year. I hope you guys have a prosperous and a wonderful 2020. Once again, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you can help me reach my 2020 goal. And I will catch you guys in the next video where I share with you my 2020 goals. See you later, guys.